Canelo Alvarez's last few opponents, William Skull, a fighter who we never heard of before he fought Canelo Alvarez, and Edgar Berlanga, who Canelo couldn't knock him out, and we just saw what Hamzah Sheeraz did to him, absolutely demolished him. And Jaime Munguia, who Canelo also couldn't knock out, yet he got knocked out easily by Bruno Suras, a man with 4 knockouts, a man who had less than 20% knockout ratio. He knocked out Munguia, and Canelo couldn't knock him out. And before that, he fought Jermell Charlo, a 154-pounder who was inactive, who hadn't fought in nearly 2 years before he fought Canelo Alvarez, and now it's been 2 years since he fought. And even the fight before that, John Wilder, a man who Canelo Alvarez couldn't stop, yet Nick Blackwell, a European/British level fighter, knocked him out, and Jaime Munguia knocked him out the fight after that. Now, I'm not saying that Canelo Alvarez is overrated. I would never. Canelo Alvarez is without a doubt one of the greatest fighters to ever do it. The man is an icon, the man is a living legend, but you can say that he is overrated if you're gonna be talking about his greatness and claiming that he is the greatest Mexican fighter of all time. Now, is he the most successful Mexican fighter of all time when it comes to business? Absolutely. Is he one of the most charismatic fighters to ever come out of Mexico? Yes, of course. But we gotta be honest here. Canelo Alvarez, the moment that he ducked and refused to fight David Benavidez, it was a pivotal moment in Canelo Alvarez's career. Ever since David Benavidez became his mandatory at the super middleweight division nearly 3 years ago, and Canelo decided not to fight him, claiming that I can do whatever I want. Yes, you can definitely do whatever you want, but that automatically proves and shows that you're not the best in the world. If you're not willing to take on the upcoming generation of fighters, young hungry killers, that means that you're simply not the best in the world. Now, he didn't have a problem fighting Munguia, he didn't have a problem fighting Berlanga, 2 hungry lions, but their skill level is nowhere near the skill level of the Mexican monster David Benavidez. And I don't have a question in my mind that if Canelo would have fought David Benavidez would have ran him over and stopped him. He would have been the first man to ever stop Canelo Alvarez. Now, what about Hamzah Sheeraz? Can Hamzah actually beat Canelo Alvarez? Can he actually stop Canelo Alvarez? Of course. In my opinion, Hamzah Sheeraz is currently, you can make a very strong case that he is the best super middleweight on the planet. Now, he's only 1 fight in the division, but that performance alone speaks volumes about the skill level and the character of Hamzah Sheeraz. Most fighters in his position would have never took on Edgar Berlanga as the first fight at 168. Berlanga, say what you want about the man, he's a heavy puncher, he has a chin, he has heart, and yet Hamzah Sheeraz at his first fight in the division ran him over, finished him, dropped him multiple times, something that Canelo could not do. So, and even the Berlanga that fought Sheeraz is a way better version than the Berlanga that Canelo fought. Canelo fought Berlanga with no experience, no confidence. After that Canelo fight, Berlanga became extremely confident because he went 12 rounds with Canelo Alvarez, which is strange, yet that is the mindset of Berlanga. So Hamzah Sheeraz fought a better version and he demolished him. Now, let's talk about the stylistic matchup. Stylistically, Hamzah Sheeraz is all wrong for Canelo Alvarez. The man can box, the man can bang, he can fight on the outside and on the inside. And this is the X factor in this fight, God willing if it happens. Hamzah Sheeraz won't be weight drained. The last time Canelo Alvarez fought a tall British fighter was Callum Smith. Callum Smith had a rehydration clause, 10-pound rehydration clause, and he accepted the fight on 4 weeks' notice. Now that Hamzah is actually backed by His Excellency Turki Al-Sheikh, Big Turkey won't allow Canelo Alvarez to put a rehydration clause on Hamzah. So he won't be fighting a compromised version of Sheeraz. He will be fighting the best, most confident version of Hamzah. Now, will Canelo actually take the fight? You hear now David Benavidez' father, Jose Benavidez. He came out and said Canelo will duck Hamzah. But this is the situation that we are in right now. Canelo signed a 3-fight deal with Riyadh Season. So there is no escape when it comes to fighting Hamzah Sheeraz. After that Terence Bud Crawford fight, I wanted Crawford to win, but now I kind of want Canelo to win so that he can fight so that he can fight Hamzah. And if Crawford wins, they're gonna have a rematch, no question. But if Canelo wins, what options does he have other than Hamzah? You only have David Benavidez or Hamzah Sheeraz. Now pick your poison. You're gonna be fighting two vicious punchers, two tall, dynamic strikers, and David Benavidez is a 175-pounder right now. So I don't think Canelo is gonna ever step into the ring with the Mexican monster. So he gotta choose his poison. And like I said, with the backing of the real face of boxing, Turki Al-Sheikh, there is no escaping from this fight. Now, can Hamzah Sheeraz knock out Canelo Alvarez, even though Canelo has one of the best chins ever? Yes, because timing is everything. And it always seems impossible until it's done. No one has dropped Canelo Alvarez, no one has knocked him out. But that doesn't mean that it can't happen. And Canelo is getting older. He's not getting better. Hamzah Sheeraz is getting better. We haven't really seen 10% of Hamzah Sheeraz's potential at 68. His first fight, he just fought for the first time, and he only had less than 10 weeks. He had 8 weeks with the best coach in the world, Andy Lee, the master of all masters when it comes to coaching. Imagine Hamzah Sheeraz with more experience, with more time with Andy Lee, with more time at the division. He's only 1 fight in, and he's a threat to Canelo Alvarez. So we're gonna have to see what happens, but in my opinion, Hamzah Sheeraz is the man to finish the job and finish Canelo Alvarez, or at least beat him, but finish him from being the current face of boxing, the current face of the 168 division. Hamzah Sheeraz has officially arrived on the scene, and he is ready for any fighter, not just Canelo Alvarez. You can make a case that many fighters can beat Canelo Alvarez currently in boxing, but I believe that Hamzah Sheeraz can beat any fighter on any given night, and we haven't seen anything yet from the man.